Did you know that 90% of people in the world use caffeine in one form or another? Hi, I'm Julie Winsky, and today I'm here to speak with you all about caffeine. We all know we can't live without our Starbucks, and I'm just as guilty as all of you when it comes to the amount of caffeine I consume. Although we love our coffee and think that we can't live without it, do we really know what caffeine is doing to our bodies? If we can limit our caffeine intake, we can help prevent these negative side effects on our bodies. Today, I want to talk to you about the history of caffeine, the negative side effects caffeine has on our bodies, and the alternatives we can use instead of caffeine. So first, I would like to start with the history of caffeine. We drink caffeine every day, but do we really know where it all started? Some anthropologists believe that the first use of caffeine was started in 600,000 BCE. However, in the year 850, the discovery of caffeine was in Ethiopia, where a goat herder observed goats that were eating coffee shrubs and became sleepless at night. In 1640, coffee made its way to Europe. First, it was used as a medicine, but later became a social drink. These three main drinks that were in Europe were coffee, tea, and cocoa. They were being used as alternatives to alcohol at the time. In 1652, the first coffee house was opened up in Britain, followed by a coffee house being opened in Italy in 1654, and then in Paris in 1672. In 1822, a prototype of the first espresso machine was created in France. In 1880, caffeinated soft drinks were introduced. Then, in 1882, the New York Coffee Exchange opened. By 1940, the United States imported 70% of the world's coffee crops, and by 1962, America's coffee consumption was at a peak with more than 3 cups of coffee a day. In 1971, the first Starbucks was opened in Seattle, and today, coffee is the world's most popular drink. The average adult has an intake of 200 milligrams of coffee a day. And according to the FDA, 80% of adults consume caffeine every single day. So now that we know the history of caffeine, let's talk about what exactly caffeine is. Caffeine is an alkaloid compound that acts as a stimulant in humans. Caffeine is found in beans, leaves, and fruit of over 60 plants, where it acts as a natural pesticide that paralyzes and kills certain insects feeding upon them. Caffeine is a central nervous system stimulant having the effect of temporarily warding off drowsiness and restoring alertness. The most commonly used caffeine plants are coffee, tea, and cocoa. Other less commonly used sources of caffeine include yerba mate and plants, which are usually used in energy drinks. The most common use of caffeine is in drinks such as coffee, tea, energy drinks, and soft drinks. The average caffeine content of Red Bull is 32 milligrams. The average caffeine content of Coca-Cola is 9.7 milligrams, and the average caffeine content of a cappuccino is 101.9 milligrams. The FDA says that caffeine is both a drug and a food additive. Caffeine is used in both prescription and over-the-counter medicines to treat tiredness or drowsiness and to improve the effect of some pain relievers. According to the Center for Addictions Research of BC, caffeine can also be used as a medicine. It is said that caffeine can help cure headaches and can also help diseases such as asthma, diabetes, Parkinson's disease, and even help stimulate weight loss. We all know caffeine helps us to wake up in the morning in order to get through class or even helps us stay awake all night in order to get our assignments done. But what are the negative effects of caffeine? According to the U.S. National Library of Medicine, caffeine can lead to a fast heart rate, anxiety, depression, difficulty sleeping, nausea, restlessness, tremors, urinating, and more often, and vomiting. According to the FDA, caffeine can even cause an uneven heart rhythm, raise your blood pressure, make you dehydrated, and can cause addiction. People with heart problems or anxiety should not use caffeine as it stimulates these symptoms. After drinking caffeine, it usually reaches its peak level in your blood within 1 hour and stays there for 4 to 6 hours. Caffeine increases the release of acid in your stomach, sometimes leading to an upset stomach or heartburn. Caffeine also causes your body to lose water, so drinks that contain caffeine are not good to quench your thirst and they will cause dehydration. Stopping caffeine may cause withdrawal symptoms. This includes drowsiness, headaches, irritability, nausea, and vomiting. According to the Health Research Funding Organization, the United States is the country with the highest amount of caffeine consumption, and 54% of Americans over the age of 18 consume caffeine on a daily basis. So now that we know the side effects of caffeine, what can we do to cut down our caffeine intake? The first thing you could do is be aware and keep track of your daily caffeine intake. Up to 400 milligrams a day is a safe amount for healthy people to consume. The second thing you could do is drink decaf coffee instead of regular coffee. According to Fox News, the average 12-ounce cup of decaf coffee consists of 3 to 8 milligrams of caffeine, where regular coffee between 140 milligrams and 300 milligrams. The last thing you could do is try alternatives to caffeine. B vitamins help your body to metabolize and are essential to your production of energy. Increasing your vitamin intake will increase your energy. Including protein in your diet can also boost your mood, supply you with energy, and maintain your energy levels. Replacing your afternoon cup of coffee with some protein, such as nuts or white meat chicken, can increase your energy and will lead to less fatigue. Just by simply drinking more water can also help increase your energy levels. The American Council of Exercise suggests that women drink 91 ounces of water a day and men drink 125 ounces a day. Although you may think you need your caffeine to get through your day, it may actually be hurting you instead of helping you. Now that you know the history of caffeine, what exactly caffeine is, the side effects to caffeine, and what you could do as an alternative to caffeine, I hope you realize the effects of caffeine. Thank you. I'm Julie Winsky.